Hey guys, how you doing? This is a very short game I played today that I'm going to post now. And I know that I haven't posted in a week, but the reason is I've been matching really poorly. Either everyone I played with was very bad, so I would beat them in 7 minutes, or they were so much better than me that they would beat me in like 7 minutes. So I don't think those matches are really worth watching. I played like 14 or 15 games since my last upload, and the only two games are worth uploading, including this one. And the only reason I'm uploading this one is because the guy was a complete asshole, and I want to post him on YouTube. The game itself was very short. And the guys I've been playing against, some of them have like 10,000 games, and even though they are like level 5 in rankings, they are so much more experienced than me that they just, absolutely destroy me. And this game specifically, this guy this guy was completely losing his shit towards the end of the game because he was managing his game very badly. I beat him. I'm spoiling it because it's such a short game, you're gonna see. And basically, yeah, it is what it is. You're gonna see it in a minute now. It's on Angoville, obviously. I'm playing as the US, as per usual. And before we get into it, while it's still kind of cozy in here and nothing happening, I wanted to say that the Relic system of ranking is a bit interesting because it's pure math, right? It's just ratio of wins to losses. And there are guys out there like me, I'm level 5 currently, and I have less than 50 games. Ranked, I mean. And altogether, I have less than 800 games in the, even including casual games and ranked games. And then there are guys like this one this guy has like 9,000 games and he's level 4 or level 6. I'm not really sure. It's one of those two. Um, his name is Nolta, by the way. And Nolta is, I'm just making fun of him because he's American, because that's a fucked up country to live in. And Nolta has like 10 times the experience I do, and yet he's not that very good. And I find it funny that Relic is going to match me with this guy just because we both have the same win to loss ratio. Because, I mean, we do have the same win to loss, a similar win to loss ratio, but he has 10,000 games and I have less than 1,000 games altogether. So I think he's so much more experienced that even if he's nominally worse than me, he's still kind of better than me because he's so much more experienced. So I've been getting my ass handed to me in the past few games by guys like this one, just because they're so much more experienced that like it's way too easy for them. Anyway, you're going to see a lot of Jeep bullying in this very short game. It's almost halfway, as you can tell. Um, but yeah, this is how a Jeep should be used. It's just bullying, because every time he wants to set up that machine gun, I just relocate and I hit him from the back, and he can't really do anything about it because my Jeep is much quicker than the machine gun is. And I'm just gonna, this is going, you'll see that this is gonna keep happening throughout this very short game, while these guys are capping here, obviously. And I'm gonna take the Jeep away just because it's in poor health, but it already did its job. They are at almost 50% health, and they are one man down. These guys are at 90% health. The Jeep did a little bit of damage, and that's all we really need. And now we have a rifleman out, and they're gonna have an easier job killing these guys and everyone else because of that Jeep. And he has two machine guns, which should be a good start, because combating machine guns, even though you can easily flank them or use grenades, at this stage of the game, obviously, I don't have grenades. And ideally, if you have two machine guns, you should be able to pretty much fight off any American infantry unit, but this guy is not going to be able to do it, because as you can tell, he pointed this machine gun in this general direction, and this machine gun is also pointed in this general direction. And he has overlapping fields of fire, which in real life is exactly what you want. That's what they taught us in the military. So you want your machine guns to kind of have like these two cones of fire, and you want those two cones to overlap, so no enemy can escape either of the machine guns, right? And this machine gunner right here, he's kind of covering this exit and everything coming from this direction. But what I don't like about this, and that's good, provided that you think I'm going to come here. The issue is everything here is free game for me because you have absolutely nothing to protect us. So my engineer, had the game lasted longer, these engineers would have capped everything on this side, right? Well, the issue I have with this machine gun is that you should be pointing it a bit more to the left. And when I sent these guys on a flanking mission, they were here, and I held shift and I right-clicked here, 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 or somewhere around here, and here. Because I knew that he had set up his machine gun here. I just kind of instinctively knew it. And if he had just set his machine gun up here, like, let's say behind this tree, to cover this area here, it would be just as effective with the almost overlapping fields of fire, but I wouldn't be able to surpass it, go around it, flank it that easily. And because this is just poor game management from Nolta, just poor troop management, because at this stage of the game, he should be assuming that I'm only going to go infantry aside from that one jeep, and that the only way for me to deal with these machine guns is flanking. And to prevent me from flanking, you have to put your machine gun here to prevent me from using this edge here, this edge of the map here. And if you put your second machine gun here, I can flank you from here because you're covering it, and I also can't flank you from. I could flank you from here, but if you see me flanking, you can just move this machine gun up here, right? So if he just moved this guy up here, I wouldn't be able to do this, and honestly, I don't know what I would do, because I would probably try flanking him from here. He would hit me here, then I would try flanking him from here. He would see that. I would shoot at him for a bit, but then his machine gun would move up here. Either way, it would have been much more difficult for me. And as you can tell, my guys are flanking. He doesn't know that they're here, and this is just this is. I'm gonna turn it up a bit because there's absolutely no reason for it to be this silent. He just doesn't know. He's not even expecting me to come from around here, which is odd because he has like, I'm not sure if he has 9 or 19,000 games. I can't recall specifically, but either way, he should at this stage of his play experience, I guess what I'm gonna call it, know that I'm gonna come looking for him here. So if I knew instinctively how to flank him without even looking for his machine gun, if I knew that the machine gun was going to be here instinctively, he too should instinctively know that he has to defend that flank. Also, what the hell are these guys doing here? Like, everything I have here is a engineer unit, so why the hell are these Volksgrenadiers not here helping out? What is their purpose here? Like, I do not understand. You can send your pioneers to cap this, but there's no use for these Volksgrenadiers here. Also, if you had spent less time trying to bar up, which is a very bitch way to play, by the way, you would be able to, you would have kept this, you would have kept this. That's all I'm going to say. And this is pretty much GG at this point, because I'm going to come with the engineers and the G from behind. He's gonna call me a map hacker. These guys are capping here. I pushed them away. They survived, but they're in such low health they have to evacuate, obviously. He calls me a hacker. And I honestly, see it as a compliment, sort of, but I don't like people being rude. I usually try not to be rude towards people. I may throw a little bit of banter, but I'm not going to be straight up rude. But when you see some shit like this, then if you can dish it out, you can take it, as you can see. This is, by the way, the first time in my life I've ever told anyone to get good in any game ever. I've literally never used that phrase before this, so you're witnessing a historical moment right now. And he tells me to go fuck myself for the third time now. These guys, the engineers, are they gonna survive? Oh, they actually are. Oh, look, the Jeep got a kill. And that's pretty much GG. I know that he dropped out of the game at this point. I'm aware of that. I still want to fuck around with him though, so. And I know this may seem like a disrespectful comment, me telling him, "Have you considered learning how to play?" But I mean, seriously, this guy has, as I said, either 9 or 19,000 games. I can't really recall. And at that point, you've spent probably around 12,000 hours at this game, and I haven't even spent 1,000 hours playing this game. And just by understanding the mechanics, I'm able to beat you very early on. And I don't think I'm as good of a player as this game may make it seem out to be. Don't get me wrong, I'm very aware of my weaknesses and my lack of grand scale man management. That's probably my biggest issue in the entire game. The fact that when I have like 12 units on the field, I literally get lost in the chaos. But if he just knew the game with his experience, he should be able to beat me so easily. So the fact that that you've been playing the game for such a long time, but you still don't understand the mechanics, you still don't think about what you're just trying to play it like it's NBA 2K or FIFA or something like that. That's the reason you're losing. You're not actually trying to outmaneuver me. You're just trying to bust, your head through a wall, and that's why you're losing. And at this point, I'm just doing this for fun, and that's game. Yeah. So anyway, a fun game to play. The only reason, as I said, I'm posting this is because the guy was a bit of an asshole toward the end. Otherwise, I wouldn't have posted. I played like 4 or 5 other games like this when I beat someone in 5 minutes, and as I said, I played at least another 7 or 8 when somebody beat me within 5 minutes. So yeah, it is what it is. I'll catch you in the next one, and then another video is going to be uploaded very quickly.